Hello, everybody. This is Nick Totero, Professor of Information Technology and Computer Science, Lakeland Community College, and CAE mentor and peer reviewer. All right, before we get started in Section 4, continuous improvement, let's really break this down as IT people. Again, I work at a community college. I peer review community colleges. So I get a good handle, and we basically do a lot of the same stuff. Most, not all organizations have some kind of formal review process. Here at Lakeland, we have constant curriculum review, program review. We even have faculty who are post tenure. We call it post tenure review. Now, at Lakeland, our official, and I'll talk about this in more detail in a bit, our official hardcore program review process is a 5-year cycle. Every 5 years, it's all persons on deck, and we're all working. We're all handed certain assignments. We all look at our different curriculum, and we generate and provide lots of reports that basically go to the provost, go to the president, go to the board. And I will touch base on that. But if you think about in the IT world, we are constantly evaluating all of our content. I always make the joke when I hear people say, well, I've been teaching for 32 years or whatever. I started under the old Novell 3.12 days. That's been replaced. It's probably been replaced, I'm guessing, almost 30 years ago. I'd have to look at my calendar here. But in the IT world, we're chasing the technology, we're improving upon things, especially if you're doing anything with vendor-based technology like Cisco or Microsoft or some Linux. So we are constantly evaluating. So in this continuous improvement plan section, we want to see, the peer reviewers, the mentors want to see your documentation. Now, before I show you mine, I will tell you where some things get dinged. People will often just send the workbook or something that has a quib in it, says we get reviewed every 5 years and that's it. Well, we need a little bit more information. Again, because I work at a community college, I teach at a community college, and I peer review community college, I know you're doing this stuff. So what we're doing is, in this particular section, what the peer reviewer, what the mentor is looking for is, what is your process and how did you document it? Let's go up to my screen and let's take a look at my example. And I will tell you if there's anything in all the peer reviews I've done, all the mentoring I've done, that we all do that is different from school to school, it's this particular section. So I'll often look at it and say, okay, not trying to nitpick it or something like that. How do they do their continuous improvement plan? Even though we're all doing it, it's for some reason, this particular section, it appears that we all do it slightly different. So let's go up to my screen. Alrighty, so I'm in continuous improvement plan, provide documentation of the continuous improvement plan for the program of study. So here we're kind of targeting in on that program of study. If you remember in previous sections, we looked at program learning outcomes and evaluating the program learning outcomes. Those are those things that we look at almost every semester or every year. And again, I mentioned in that video that some facilities, some colleges have a rotation of maybe they may have 10 program learning outcomes and they evaluate every 3 every year and they cycle through. This is, what is the continuous improvement plan? What are the big picture on this program of study? Now, I've already downloaded it for to save some time. I've actually, when I submitted this application, I provided 2 documents. The first document was actually a section from our comprehensive department review. We call it DARPA. Don't ask me what that acronym means. I'd have to look it up. But DARPA is a big thing at Lakeland. Basically, they take all the programs at Lakeland, and every year, a fifth or 20% of the programs get reviewed. So the entire college gets reviewed over a 5-year process. If I was to open up the actual report, this is the report that my particular department generated. This report was generated in 2021, and it was a pretty comprehensive report. We look at everything. We look at every, not just the department, but every program and actually every class. So this is a pretty intensive approach. Usually takes us an entire year to go through. There's a lot of data that we need to go through, and we do it. It is a comprehensive review. We do it every 5 years. So in this one, I looked for the section that dealt directly with the program in mind. I highlighted it. We love to see highlight in the documentation. So, here, the first page, basically cites the process. And then if I cycle through, we find different ideas and concepts and where I particularly highlighted. Now, because I provided the entire document here, and I know in other videos I said don't give me your entire documents, this is a little bit different because this is really assessing a very comprehensive approach. I did provide a justification, what was really going on here, and I kind of explained our overall process, where it goes, and what it particularly does. So, like I said, it is one of those situations I know you're doing. Now, you might be in a slightly different cycle, but eventually you are generating reports. Let me go to as I mentioned, where I have dinged applications in the past has been they just sent me a workbook, or maybe the employee handbook that says, the program will be evaluated every 5 years. No, we need to see the actual documentation that's associated with it and how the overall process. Again, if you're accredited, you're doing this stuff. I know you are doing this stuff. So it's one of those things. I can look at 15 to 20 peer reviews, and I will see slightly different or even radically different continuous improvement plans in this thing. So if you have any questions, I think this is one that tends to cause people like a wee bit of confusion, because it almost seems like A, B, and C, 4A, 4B, and 4C are almost identical. And in another video, I'll do B and C, and you can see, yeah, they're pretty close. And that is because it's a comprehensive, for us at Lakeland, it is a comprehensive process where we're looking at different things all at the same time. Again, our typical program review takes a year to generate that particular report, and it's everybody, all the faculty are working on that particular content. So with that being said, let's go and learn something.